In response to criticism that shooters are nothing but army guys shooting at law-breaking terrorists, EA has decided that their next game should be all about police guys shooting at law-breaking criminals, and so Battlefield Hardline has been born. Scheduled for release on March 17th, you may wonder how Fully Having It has stumbled upon a review copy so early. Surely there must be embargoes to observe and other things to maintain our thin shroud of pseudo-journalism. But no, we're enforcing our policy of reviewing games that haven't even been made yet. It's 2015. Do you seriously think that anyone at Eurogamer has ever really touched a video game? I think not. Let's start with the story, and like all good modern gaming sites, we'll pander to the prevailing winds of the internet long before we consider forming up of our own that's based on actually playing the game. Some guy on Twitter said, "This is bullshit, the only game we want is Vietnam," and he's right. Unless this game pulls out some serious cinematic prowess, and soon it's going to hover between a score of goose egg and fuck all. According to a few moments of research we did on Wikipedia, the story is completely new for a shooter. Rather than being about a war fought through the eyes of a new soldier who's still learning the ropes of his trade, Hardline focuses on a war on drugs, and a freshly minted detective who's still learning the ropes of his trade. Apparently his missions will become more off the books as the game goes on until he finally faces off against the source of the drugs. We're calling it now, it's his fucking partner, isn't it? Yeah. We enjoyed most of what we saw in the campaign, but despite the fact that it's such a breathtakingly produced masterpiece of gaming that if anyone from a decade ago saw it, they would proceed to form a death cult with Hardline as its malevolent deity, we're going to slam it for being the same as the last game and give it a fucking 5 at best. On to multiplayer, and as usual, here's where the game really shines. Battles are frantic, weapon customizations are plentiful, and there's always the comforting sound of your mission commander in your ear telling you big bad things are probably going to fall out of the sky and kill you. Map design is fine, lots of open spaces with buildings thrown in here and there for snipers. They're generally smaller than the Battlefield 4 maps to accommodate for the slightly different gameplay, but they feel pretty much the same. Game modes like Conquest return from previous iterations, but they're outshone by the new heists and carjacking modes, which are potentially the only thing about this game that's genuinely new, other than the Season Pass. Oh boy, those lag/rubber banding and or other server issues have been a nightmare since Battlefield Hardline was released, haven't they guys? And even though DICE and EA claim that they're on the case, we feel like we should preemptively knock a few points off the score. Our verdict on Hardline? It gets a score of 1,224. Now you're probably wondering, is it a good score? Well, let's just say it's somewhere between Land Before Time 7 and a backsack and crack wax performed by Beelzebub himself.